All right. Okay. Sorry for the delay, ladies and gentlemen. All right. My name is Julius Kabanda. I basically come from Uganda. It is basically a pleasure to have you all here this morning, wherever you are joining us from. All right. Feel free, feel at home, feel welcome. And okay, we can be able to get started. So today it's a Friday. And on Friday, we basically come here and be able to discuss, some key important robotic settings that someone could be able to use to make profit. So share the link. Let me start in the next 2 minutes. All right. Okay. Good morning, everybody. Yeah, I'm sorry, my camera will not get on today. So you'll bear with me. So I'll be off camera. All right. But I believe I'm a common figure. If you don't know me, my name is Julius Kabanda. I come from Uganda. I've been in Royalq for the last good months, because I've already made a full year. A full year alone, hey, full year is very little. Because I started Royalq on the 12th of June 2021. So 12th of June 2022 was my first year, right? So look at all those 6 months there. If you get 12 months plus 6, that is close to 18 months. We are in February, so I'm about to make 19 months in Royalq, and it has been an amazing experience. It has been a phenomenal decision, and I have lost most of the people I started with the business simply because they were not able to understand what they have started, right? And because of that, they have moved on to other stuffs which they feel be better, will do better. And I've still been here. One of the reasons why I decided to stay in Royalq is because I was able to discover an incredible opportunity that has power to change life, right? An incredible opportunity that has power to change life, okay? And I've been able to expose myself to the crypto space, been able to start with zero knowledge from crypto to having some knowledge in crypto. When I started, I was green. I had a history of return on investment businesses. I looked at these as the best way to get started. Today, even if someone shares a return on investment business, I don't get involved. But most importantly, ladies and gentlemen, I don't get started with returns on investment, any company where I get my capital and give my capital to another person, right? So I don't want to expose my capital to you. Even when dealing with exchanges, I only trust reputable exchanges. I don't want to involve myself in a scratch to run exchanges, right? That don't have reputable experience, don't have liquidity. I don't want to lose my money. So today we are looking at robotic settings, and that's where I'm going to base my sharing. We are 76 of us here, beautiful. Allow me make some shout outs to some of you on the call. You better do it. What you need to do is to come in the chat and let me know where you're joining us from. I'm not going to take 2 minutes and then I'll be able to rock and roll. 2 minutes. Let me get in the chat. If you need to get some shout outs from me, just okay. Oh, my leader, we are already 20 months in Royalq. Okay. I don't know how you count. But I started on the 12th of June. All right, I'll not go into this, but okay. We have Mama Doris Great joining us from that side of Netherlands. We have Lida Kojo from Ghana, Jojo from Kenya, Max from Istanbul in Turkey, right? Tedia from South Africa, Mama G from Nigeria, William from South Africa, Macro from Tanzania, Alfred from Rwanda, all right, Joseph from Uganda, Chadwick Bibo from Kenya. Happy to see you, bro. You're one of the consistent people. I don't know where your uplines disappeared, but I love you so much because no matter what they did, you kept on the course. Job from Soroti, all right. Somebody from Nigeria, Emma from Uganda, and PG. Emma, you were just near. Okay. All right, Zuma from that side of South Africa. Thank you so much, sir, for being consistent with business. Jesse from Kenya, Mohammed from Dubai, Stephen from Kenya, Faye from Zimbabwe, Boniface from Kenya, Singoma from Uganda, Daniel from Qatar, Nico Patrice from Tanzania, Tago from Tanga from Cameroon. Yeah, Waiswa from UAE, Lida Barbara from Saudi Arabia, James from South Sudan. Okay, Henry from Saudi, Professor Selicious from Gulu, Lima from I think Lima from Saudi Arabia, Rosemary from Uganda, Crispa from Dubai, Simama from Uganda. My friend Shem, happy to see you, bro. I love you so much. Happy to see you here from Kenya. Keita from Namibia, Nsingoma from Uganda, Kim from Uganda, Julius from Uganda, Ida Sujata. Thank you. Happy to have you here. I'm proud of you guys from India. Very amazing, amazing work done. Hey, my brother from Andrew from Uganda, and Mofta from Zimbabwe. Thank you so much, guys. Happy to have you here. Let us go into robotic settings. Okay, when it comes to robotic settings, it is important for you to understand a few parameters, and later I'll go to the grid board. All right, I'll go to the grid board. I want to pass a disclaimer. People ask me about the grid board. Yeah, I'm not using it, right? I'm not using it, but I know how to use it. Julius, why are you not using the grid board? I used it. I tried. I saw it has good results, but I'm already working on a strategy that has power to pay me over $1.7 million. If you check on one of my status, those who follow, especially starting from yesterday, today you'll find that I'm giving you 432 days to the next Bitcoin halving. So I have a deadline, a target that I'm working to every single day. So I'm just teaching you about the grid board, but I'm personally not using it. Let me make my statement clear. I'm not using it. Why? I tried, I saw it works, but I have a target I'm working to. And I hope people would understand me. And you can make a decision. My role is to share and teach. You make a decision on what to use. All right. So basically get into Royalq. We are looking at robotic settings. Okay. So this is our robot. Okay. Tomorrow is Saturday. Okay, there's some announcements I haven't read. Okay, I think this one I read. Okay. All right, but let me get into this. Now, this is our robot. If you want to understand every icon on the phone, better tomorrow. Tomorrow will be your best day because Doris Angel from Germany will be here to explain all the icons. But I'm going to explain only about 2 or 3, and me, I'll go into my strategy for today. Right, I'll start with an important icon on this robot that most of you are not winning and you have issues all the time. It is the API binding. There was a change in the API binding that we had before. And now, before you do the API binding, especially in Binance specifically, you need to copy this IP group binding while you are creating the API. Very important. And then when you copy it from here, you need to go to your Binance account. Just for example, let me see if I open up. Good. Let's go to more. All right, let's go to API management. So you need to first copy the IP group binding. You need to copy the IP group binding before you are able to do anything. So if I tap on edit here, you need it to come and paste it at this area called restricted access to trusted IPs only. Then you tap on confirm. Then this will open up, enable spot and margin trading. And the rest as usual. The rest are done as usual. That one I'm done. That's what I wanted to start with. Now let's go to settings. Royalq has basically been able to provide us with settings. No, just a minute. Has basically been able to provide us with settings, and I want to focus on them today. Let me go to let me see. Is the robot making money? Wow. $76. That's good money this morning. Okay, let's start with my strategy setting here. So you need to come to my strategy setting here. If I go to the grid board and you set up the strategy. So to set up a strategy used for trading, I personally believe that you must be aware of what you are pressing. In our videos that we do, we don't talk about this stuff, but allow me define them a little bit for you so that you can be able to understand these settings and why they're important and how to use them. All right. So we have what we call the name. I will not go into steady. I may not go into steady. That one happens in the other signal and presets. But here I just needed to mention what does each mean. So this is remark is just a name. So you can name your strategy anytime. Someone may say, me, I call mine Peter. Because someone asked me a question, you can name it anything you want. That's the name. Then someone may say, me, I call it millionaire, anything you want. So it is just a name. So I hope that is okay. The first buying amount. What is first buying amount? When we are using the robot, other than using exchanges to trade, we want to create what we could call, sorry for that, we want to create what we could call risk management. And Julius, what do you mean by risk management? Risk management, ladies and gentlemen, this is the way we don't want to expose our money once in the market. For example, if I have $100, I don't feel it proper for me to put all my $100 in the market at once. I want to start with some little amount so that when the market goes down, I'm able to get out of my trades faster. That's why, before I continue, let me just return. Before I continue, I want someone to see I ran 2 trades, but look, in my account, untouched USDT is $989. I'm running 2 coins, and I'm not on pressure to fight my USDT. Has someone seen that? Type 1 in the chat if you have seen that. I'm trading 2 trades, but I'm not fighting my USDT. I don't want to use my $500 to become $1 million now. Has someone seen that? You know, sometimes I want to show you what I do, not what I say. I have $989 in my account, but I'm trading 2 trades patiently. But you find someone only has $100 and this person wants to finish their capital. In my local language, they say, who born you? Eh? They say, who born you? You only have $100. You want your $100 to become $1 million. So what do? You get all your capital and you press it as first buying amount. The reason of the word first buying amount is that amount of money that we want our robot to take in the market for the very first time, right? So please don't fight your capital. Don't become greedy, right? You say, and I'm okay if it sells when only this has been exposed, it's okay, than me having all my money get stuck in floating loss. All right, okay, thank you. Thank you, thank you. All right. Okay, I hope that one is now okay. I hope that one is okay. Now let's go to our next sharing. That one of capital, I'm done. I don't need it to. Let me go back to my strategy setting. So done with the first buying amount. open double position. Open double position means that whatever the robot gets in the market to buy, you want it to be doubled. You want it to be doubled. Meaning what, Julius? Meaning that you want your robot that whenever it goes in the market, it doubles whatever it buys. Okay? Right. Margin call limit. Now, margin call limit, these are the number of times you want your robot to be entering the market. How many maximum number of times, Julius, you can have? If you have enough capital, you are open to 999. If I try to put 1,000, it will not stick. So it is 999 margin calls. Julius, are you sure? Yes. If we go to this area of margin call configuration, and we tap on this arrow, we can be able to see that you can set your robot to up to 999 times. I'm going to run very fast. Then I enter the grid board. All right. So I hope this is clear. But although we have these settings, I want you to see something phenomenal. I want you to see something phenomenal. Although we have these settings, I want you to see something phenomenal. Julius, what do you mean? The first time the robot gets in the market, the robot wants to double its first buying amount. It wants to keep on doubling. It wants to keep on doubling. It wants to keep on doubling the previous purchase up to. Every time it wants to keep on doubling up to around the sixth call. Up to around the sixth call. The ability to double this one, the doubling of what the robot bought the first time, it is called DCA, which stands for dollar cost averaging. Which stands for dollar cost averaging. Ladies and gentlemen, dollar cost averaging has been present in the financial markets for ages. Why is dollar cost averaging important? Let's get back here. Why is dollar cost averaging important? Whenever the market drops by a certain price, that you use the double up method that I've shown, it always helps to bring the average price closer to the current price. It helps to bring the average price closer to the current price. That's why it is important for you to start with as little as you can, so that as the market dips, your robot buys more to help you move the average price closer to the current price. And that ability is done with what we call DCA, dollar cost averaging method. If you have understood that, type for me 1 in the chat. Type for me 1 in the chat. You're looking at robotic settings, the ability to understand your robot. If you have understood that, type for me 1 in the chat. Let me see. You have understood what DCA is, dollar cost averaging, and why it is important. If you use it, you will always get out of your trades faster, because your average price will be moving closer to your current price, helping you get out of your trades faster. Okay, let's go again. Now I want to look at something else. So I still will go back. I'll still go back to mine. And then we go to my strategy setting. Right, let's create. So let's now go to hold position, take profit. What does this mean? Very important for someone to understand, because when you are setting up your robot, if you don't know what this means, you may find yourself not having perfect results. Sometimes your settings might affect your results. Hold position. Like the word says, hold position. whatever the robot buys from margin call number 1, margin call number 2, margin call number 3, margin call number 4, whatever it has bought, like the word says whole, like the word says whole, whatever, if it had bought only one, let me start from here. If it has only bought one and the market rises, the robot will sell this one at a whole position take profit of 1.3%. If the market drops and it has bought two, it will sell 2 and 1 at a whole position take profit of 1.3. If the market still drops on the third call, the robot will sell all whatever it bought on third, second, and fourth at a whole position take profit of 1.3. If the market drops to the fourth call, the robot will sell all at a take profit of 1.3. And ladies and gentlemen, the ability for the robot to buy this one, this one, this one, this one, and sell all ones is what we call martingale. Can you type martingale in the chat, ladies and gentlemen, if you know the spelling? Okay, martingale, meaning the robot buys at different prices and sells all at once at a whole position take profit. At a whole position take profit, this one here. If you have understood what martingale means, the ability to buy at different prices from margin call drop number 1 to margin call drop number 4 and sell all at once. Type for me 2 in the chat. Type for me 2 in the chat. Type for me, all right. Type for me 2 in the chat. Type for me 2 in the chat. If you have understood that. So for example, in my trades, some people usually ask this question: why is it that my robot is not buying? Okay, for example, let me use this, my trade, this one specifically. According to the settings of this trade, it is a martingale strategy. It is a martingale strategy that only has 4 margin calls, meaning whatever the robot will buy at margin call number 1, margin call number 2, margin call number 3, margin call number 4, the robot will sell all this at a take profit of 3%. But unfortunately, the robot only bought once and twice. It did not fall by this. So it only bought 2 times, only these 2. It did not buy anymore. And if the market rises to a take profit of 3%, ladies and gentlemen, then my robot will be able to sell. That's what you see in the screen here. The margin calls are 2. Only 2 have been bought. Only 2 have been bought. Then the market was able to rise. And so if it rises at my take profit of 3%, my robot will be able to sell and I get out of that trade. Still happens on this one. Unfortunately here, the robot has not yet bought any other margin call. From where it entered for the first time, the market has not gone down by even 0.5 on this trade. So my robot will be able to only sell if my market rises and by 3%, and my robot will be able to sell. Are we okay to there? Are we okay up to there? The understanding of the robot settings. We are on to the understand. If you're okay, you could type for me yes in the chat. Are we okay up to there? Are we okay up to there? Very clear, right? All right, okay, good. All right, now let's see. How does the take profit work? How does the take profit work? All right, so I'll go back to martingale, my strategy setting. All right. Now, what does this mean, Julius? The whole position take profit. It means that from the last purchase, when the market rises by 1.3 and it tries to go down by 0.3, this is what we call a callback. That's what we call a callback. That's why sometimes if you are able to monitor your robot straight well, you'll find that sometimes it says, take profit triggered, waiting for callback. It is waiting for the market to fall down by 0.3 so that it can sell. And if we get 1.3 minus 0.3, it means your profit will be 1%. Give me a 2 in the chat if you have understood that, because now I want to go to something else. And whatever we set here only caters from margin call number 1 to margin call number 4 only. Whatever we set here only caters from margin call number 1 to margin call number 4 only. Margin call number 1 to margin call number 4 only. Give me a 2 in the chat if you have understood that, because I want to run at a very terrific speed, yet I don't want to leave anyone. Give me a 2 in the chat. Let me see. I just look for an average. Right. Good. Okay. All right. Good. Okay. Now let's go again. Ladies and gentlemen. Let's go again and go to the next part. Next part is what we call the margin configuration. This means this number of times you are put here that you want your robot to buy. How will your robot buy them? This is where now we configure how we want the robot to buy the 7 times we have put there. So if we come on the margin configuration, it has 2 parts. It has an area we call the margin call drop, and it has an area we call the multiple buy-in ratio. The margin call drop stands for the fact that when the market drops by 3.5%, the robot should plan to invest. When the market drops by 4%, the robot should plan to invest. When the market drops by 4.5%, the robot should plan to invest. When the market drops by 5.2%, the robot should plan to invest. When the market drops by 8%, by 10%, by 12%, like that, the robot should plan to invest. This is what this means. Margin call drop. That's why people who set their trades on cycle, they usually want their robot to buy faster, the first 4 margin calls, because whatever the robot buys sells all at once. Because when we come to margin call number 5, the robot can only buy this call. The robot can only buy this call and sell it only at once. Let me repeat that statement. The robot can buy the 5th call alone and sell it alone. The robot can buy the 5th call alone and sell it alone. The robot can buy the 6th call alone and sell it alone. The robot can buy the 7th call alone and sell it alone. The robot can buy the 8th call alone and sell it alone. But whatever it buys here, it sells at once. Have you understood what this means? That is margin call drop. Now, multiple buying ratio is multiplying our first buying amount. This means it's multiplying our first buying amount by 2, by 4, by 8, by 16, by 32, depending on your capital. So if you put 1, it will multiply by 1, here by 2, here by 3, here by 4, here by 5. It's up to you. It is up to you, ladies and gentlemen, depending on how much money you have. But if you use the 2, 4, 8, 16, then you are doing what we call DCA, dollar cost averaging. You are having that power that pulls the average price closer to the current price. These others here, they don't do that well. The Fibonacci and the others, they don't do it well. They don't have that power to pull the average price closer to the current price. That's why the perfect way is the double up, which uses the dollar cost averaging method, ladies and gentlemen, that helps to move the average price closer to the current price. If you are safe and okay with so far where we are, give me a 2 in the chart. Again, give me a 1. Give me a 1 in the chart. 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 1 in the chart. But some people, I think, I don't know, but sometimes when I speak like this, people feel bad. But okay, let me try to make it clean a little bit. Your fingers will, when you die, the fingers will rot. So better use them when you still have them. You coming on the chat and typing 1, your finger doesn't break. It helps me to understand whether you are understanding or we are killing time. Someone doesn't type a 1, someone doesn't type a 2, as if when they die, their fingers will stay on the earth, still moving around. You are not going to stay on this earth for a long time. You need you are here to maximize. Even God is seeing. He doesn't use these fingers. He doesn't use. When they ask him to type a 1, he doesn't. Okay. So it seems he's also exhausted. So you type a 1. Hey, you type a 1. Hey, but some people, you can overstay with your 1s all the time, as if we are going to take them. You understand even typing Kawan in the chat that we have understood pains is as if when I type my fingers will break. When I type my fingers will pain me. Hey, aha, please, give me 1 if you have understood, all right? Okay. Now we are done with that part of what is margin call configuration, what is margin call drop, what is multiple binary ratio. We are done with that part. I want now to go to the second part. The second part. We're looking at robotic settings. The second part. We are done this. So if you have enough money, if you use the double up, you will always get out of your trades faster, because every time you'll be moving the average price closer to the current price, and being very easy for you to move out of that trade. Okay. Now let's go to this, the buy-in callback. How does the robot buy? Julius, how does the robot buy? For example, the first call. When does this robot buy this first call and put in 2 times of my $15? Okay. This is what happens. This robot is smart. When the market, you entered from here, the market drops by 3.5. The robot will say, aha, the market has dropped 3.5. What will it say on the status? Buy-in triggered. Buy-in triggered. Buy-in has been triggered because the market has dropped by 3.5, waiting for callback. What is callback? The robot will wait for this market to go up by the callback, which is 0.5. This one. The robot will wait for the market to rise by 0.5, which is this one, so that the robot will buy. Which means that the robot buys when the market has fallen down by 3.5 and it has risen by 0.5. Now, sometimes people ask me, why is my robot not buying? It is true, your market has dropped by 3.5. It might even have dropped by 10%. The market has dropped by 10%, but your robot is not buying. The reason why your robot is not buying is because the market has not gone up by 0.5. If you have understood when the robot buys, give me a 3 in the chat. If you have understood, when the robot buys, give me a 3 in the chat. Hey, give me a 3 in the chat. Hey, give me a 3 in the chat. When the robot buys, so you stop dying on our groups. My robot is not buying. The market is down by 15%. My leader, come on. My robot is not buying. It seems my robot has a problem. I have the fuel. I have the money. My money is in my spot market. My leader, where are you? Where are you? Please, my robot is not buying. I need my robot. The market is going down. Please understand. When the robot buys, one of the reasons why I'm in Royalq is that Royalq does not use my money at the wrong time. Never. It says, okay, the market is down. I'll wait for the market to try to go up. That's when I'll put in your money. Okay. Now, it seems if someone says I have a question, please ask it. What about those who have not understood? Which number should they type? If you have not, you see now, I don't usually look at those who have not understood. But if you have not understood, always type I have not understood. I have not understood. If you have not understood, type I have not understood. Don't allow these ones who are typing 3 to run away with your answer. You type I have. If you have not understood, type 0. By the way, sure. Yeah, 0 is good because 0 means nothing. At least, if you have not understood, type repeat. Repeat. Then I repeat. I repeat. Now, I'm confused. Is it that people have not understood or they are in between? There are sometimes in life when people decided to do scams, what happens? He's between Royalq, which is legit, plus his scam. My leader, we are killing it this side. Then it closes. Then he comes to you and says, my leader, that's why me, I stay here in Royalq. Let me go through these questions here. What number? What I didn't understand is the dollar cost averaging. The dollar cost averaging. Dollar cost averaging means that you want to set up your robot in a way. You want to set up your robot in a way that once it bought the first time is not how it buys the second time. So that ability for the robot to increase by doubling the previous purchase, which is 24816, is what you call the dollar cost averaging. Sometimes they don't put a callback when they send a signal. All right. I have a standard callback for my team. It is 0.3. I have a standard callback for my team. It is 0.3. So you can always use that. And I'll tell you why. Why do we use 0.3, right? Why do we use 0.3? Why do we use 0.3? Why do we use 0.3? I will explain that. Okay. Let me get into these questions again. But you realize that always not everyone will understand. Hey, I know. That's why I record the meeting. Hey, I know. Yeah, I know. When I teach, not all people understand. And by the way, it's okay not to understand the first time. So don't get on pressure. Hey, you can go back and watch. I do these trainings. I repeat the same things every week. So maybe next week you attend. I have done a video. So if you don't understand, you watch a video, you set, you make money as you understand slowly. Right, let's go again. Let's go again. All right. Now, since we are done with this, those who have understood, I think because of time, We might stay here longer than I expect. So this you have understood when the robot buys, just a reminder. When the robot sells, when the market rises by 1.3 and tries to go down by 0.3, your robot will sell and give you 1%. When does the robot buy? According to the margin call drop, which is here, the margin call drop is 3.5, meaning when the market falls down by 3.5 and tries to go up by the callback, which is 0.5 in this example, your robot will buy. We are done from that side. Okay, now let's go to distributed take profit allocation and sub-position take profit callback. Distributed take profit allocation and sub-position take profit callback. Okay, when you set up more than 4 margin calls, this area will open up. This area is showing you that from margin call number 5 to margin call 999, each call is independent. Each call is independent. Each call can be bought alone and sold alone. Each call can be bought alone and sold alone, all right? Okay. Each call can be bought alone. Each call can be bought alone and sold alone. Each call can be bought alone and be sold alone. Okay, so here we are able to set how much take profit we can have for each call. Let me go there. Okay, like you see, number 5, we want a robot to give us 1.3. Number 6, we want a robot to give us 1.3. Number 7, you want a robot to give us 1.3. So when does the robot sell? When the market rises by 1.3 and tries to go down by 0.3, your robot will sell. Have you understood that? If you have not understood, type a 0. If you have understood, type for me 1. If you have not understood, type 0. If you have understood, type 1. I want to share something more about that as we are moving at a very catastrophic speed, making sure that we work with a community of people that understand what we do. If you have not understood, type a 0. If you have understood, type 1. If you have understood 1, if you have not understood, 0. If you have understood, okay. Now some have typed it too. Some have typed it too. Okay, okay, okay. So it means someone has typed it too, has not understood. Can those scores be different? Can you treat more strategy setting? I don't understand. Let me pass a warning. Please, don't multitask. Some people, imagine if it was me teaching you here, as I share Royalq to someone, I will not be attentive. By the way, even when I'm teaching, I don't eat. Even when I'm teaching, I don't eat, because imagine if I'm eating and I'm teaching at the same time. Because, I follow, you find that you go slow about something and someone is multitasking. By the time he comes back here, you already done. So he wants you to go back all the time. I'm not hurting. But please don't multitask at the same time. Especially if you... Okay, let me try to repeat Let me try to repeat. We are on the distributed take profit allocation. From margin call number 5 to margin call 999, each call is independent, meaning the robot can buy. The robot can buy. The robot can buy fifth call alone, and when the market rises, it sells fifth call alone. Yet the 4 are still there. The robot can buy the 6th call alone, the market rises, it only sells the 6th call, yet the 5th call is there. So that can be set in what we call the distributed take profit allocation. And so since our total margin call limits are 7, we have 3, which means that when the market rises by 1.3, according to this, and the market tries to go down by 0.3, the robot will sell, and we shall make 1.3%. So that is what that means. A key important thing to note, a key important thing to note, a key important thing to note. A key important thing to note, ladies and gentlemen. A key important thing to note, ladies and gentlemen. A key important thing to note, ladies and gentlemen. A key important thing to note. Never set this take profit to be bigger than the whole position take profit. Never set these take profits to be bigger. Never set these take profits to be bigger than these ones. So if my take profit here is 3%, this is usually my standard. I want my robot to sell faster. My buy-in callback is usually 0.3. So this one, I also keep it 0.01. So if the market, if there, I'll leave it at 1.3. I'll never set 3%. I want my market goes down, rises 1.3, it sells 1. I want my robot to keep on getting out of those trades faster. I'll not go into cycle today. Maybe in the signal and the presets, I can talk about cycle trading. And so this could be my strategy setting, but I use martingale. I only set 4 margin calls. I only change the strategy. I only change the strategy if the market continues going deep. I only change the strategy if the market continues going deep, but I keep my strategy to 4 margin calls. But if the market goes deep, I could add in either 10 or add 7. Okay. Nogala is one of my favorite coins, so no one should get annoyed as it's showing up. Or 6 or 7 or 8. Are we okay up to there? I'm remaining with a few minutes to end this call. I don't love over teaching. Are we okay up to there? You can give me a yes. Are we okay up to there? Are we okay up to there? Now I want to go to strategy modes. I want to go to strategy modes. What are the strategy modes that Royalq uses? If you are not okay, you type a no. You know, when in our class that I was in, while trying to become this so-called professional of in the medical field, there were these students who never understood anything and never complained anything, and they die silently. Now, if you are here, I want to warn you. Here we are dealing with a basic need called money. This is not a getting certificate. This is something you learn You go apply, make money. Here, no certificate, no diploma, no degree that we are going to reward you at the end of the class. So you die silently, you suffer poverty. Eh? So don't pretend this is money making. I will feel ashamed when I type no, and so many people are typing yes. My friend, after this call, here there is no certificate that we are going to award those that are typing yes. You better type so that you get helped. This is money. This is not where after this call you are going to look for a job. After the call, you edit your settings, you make money. It is not like after this call, I will have to show my document to so and so. No. And here we don't say, yeah, this is a basic need called money. Yeah, you pretend not to type a no, and you say, Holy Spirit, come. Here, Holy Spirit is already at work. You know, someone will say, I will pray. Someone might be and say, after the call, I will pray so that I understand this thing. My friend, type a no if you have not understood. Don't pretend. You will suffer. You know, when you miss this basic need called money, you'll be here. You know, some people can over pretend, but they are doing well. Here, when you pretend to do well, the basic need will run away from you. So make sure you are not pretending. What if the market goes wrong? Okay. What if the market drops? Yes. When the market drops, the other settings we had for the margin call drop take charge. When the market rises, the settings for take profit take charge. Okay. Boss, I want to learn more on the strategy setting. What do you mean by strategy setting? I don't understand you. Make your question a little bit clear. What if my crash? What? And now this slim. What if my crash sees that I type no? Now, you don't know that money is personal. Money is personal. Who tells you that when I make my money, I share? I don't share. I don't share. So it's a personal business. Okay. Now, let's go to strategy modes. All right. Now, I'm not going into the strategy types, these ones. Okay, the risk types. I'm not into these because let me give you reasons. Why am I not explaining these? These work when you are going to use either cycle trade. These are just settings that work on a margin call. There are three. Let me try to explain them. One is called conservative. One is called steady. One is called radical. Now here, you don't want to overuse your money. Here, this is in between conservative and radical. And radical, here you are very aggressive. You are overexposing your money. Now, these ones, they only work in the margin call configuration. Let me try to give you an example. They are default settings of Royalq. Now here, this is steady. 5.2, 4.5, 4. Huh? I saw this coin was going to come back. 5.2, 4.4, 4. This one. If I from steady and I use conservative, it only works on the margin call, nothing else. You see, it is more than what is needed. 6, 5, 5, 4. So here you are not exposing your money. I don't need to go. When I change to radical, radical means you are exposing your money. You see, the margin call dots are total. Sir, have I answered you? Have I answered you, sir? I don't use them because I don't use default settings of Royalq. But I thought I want to teach you. Are you okay now? Type yes. Someone was asking me this question. Are you okay? Those are just looking at margin configuration. If you use steady, you are in between being conservative and being radical. If you use radical, then it means you are aggressive. You want the robot to invest in your money at a higher speed. All right. Now let's go to my last teaching for today. I would have a lot, but unfortunately, too much of anything is always bad. Okay. So after you have set your trade, like here, for example, let me see if there is a signal. Let me see. I have I run a team that works 24/7. Let me check. All right. Let me say we gave a signal of VET in the morning. VET, we sent VET coin in the morning. So let me show you what you are supposed to do. So once a signal is sent, VET, for example, where is my Royalq? Okay. So I set up my strategy according to my capital. So this is my strategy. This is my strategy. My first buying amount is $30. So if you want to see how much capital I expose, it is $30, my first buying amount. Margin calls there are 4. This is standard, this is standard, this is standard. Now, oh, this was edited, but okay. I don't know when I came back. I think I teach people and I forget to come back and make my things the way I want them. These are challenges, but I bear. Okay, which means that this is 16 times this is what this means. So when I add up this for you in a calculator, I use a calculator just to show anyone that you use your phone well. It has a calculator. What do you get headache? My reader, I don't know how to add up these things. You use a calculator. Why did they put it on your phone? Who told you need to be an expert in adding? Now you see, I've added, it is 30 plus 1, the first buying amount, which makes it 31 times 30. It is $930 for one coin. So once the signal is sent, so if you have less, you can keep on editing this. 1, you put 2, you put 3, you put 4. This is the plus 1. So when you add according to your capital. 1 plus 2 plus 3 plus 4. It is 10 plus 1, which is 11, times the first buying amount, which is 30. No, for you can use 15, which is 165. Are we together? How this is okay? Let me just return mine. So once the signal is sent, for example, VET, I just need to come here, tap on Martin strategy, or I can come here and search for VET coin. VET only, VET coin. I put in VET, I turn it, I come down here on create. I come here, I tap on create, I choose martingale, I tap on create again, I choose next. Then I come on trade settings, then I tap on edit. I choose, I press on it, I save. We have done a video about this. Now let's go to the strategy modes. Then I come to end. I have much to teach. I'm too fast because I've done a video about this. I'm too fast because I've done a video about this and I don't want to overlay here. So you need to just check up video. Well, different leaders, could you throw that video in different groups? Throw that video to different groups because it has already been done. So I don't need it to stay long about it. Now let me go to the trades. Okay. Let me go to the trade. Now, once we have our strategy, we have what we call a strategy mode. I'll end here. The strategy mode is divided into three. What does each mean? We have what we call the whole warehouse. The whole warehouse is a strategy mode that is like whole. It wants to sell everything at once. So once you keep your trade in the whole warehouse mode, even if you open 30 margin calls, the robot will not sell unless everything bought rises by the whole position take profit. So that's why you can also not change the strategy mode if the robot buys more than 5 times. So when the robot has bought 4 times and you want to change the strategy mode, you can change. But if the robot buys 5 times, you can never change the strategy mode. So that's why our margin call is 4, so that if you want to set more margin calls, you can change the strategy mode first, then open more margin call. Now, what does sub-bin mode mean? Sub-bin mode, ladies and gentlemen, means that the robot buys, the market rises, the robot sells, it returns your capital, it does not take fuel fee, and it does not bring your profit. It returns your capital, it does not charge fuel fee, and it does not bring your profit. What does it use the profit for if I take it? If I take it, it will use the profit to move the average price closer to the current price. To move the average price closer to the current price. That's what it uses your profit for. What does sub-bin mode real-time settlement means? The robot buys, let me say, the 50th call. The market rises. The robot returns the capital plus the profit and it charges you fuel fee. The robot returns your capital invested on the 50th call, returns your profit, and it charges you fuel fee. This one. You cannot change the strategy before you have increased the margin calls. So if the robot buys all the 4 and you want to open more margin calls, now you change where there is 4, maybe you put 10, then you can come and change the strategy mode. I highly personally recommend the sub-bin mode because it helps you move the average price closer to the current price using the profit you are making down the line. I'm done. I'm done. I don't want to exceed here. Someone is asking me, do you have more things you can teach? Yes, I can sleep here the whole day. May I have a lot to tell you about Royalq? But I'm done. Questions? Let me listen to your questions. Hey, it is your first time. You need to watch this again. Let me get this video on the Telegram group. Let me get this video on the Telegram group. Let me give you the Telegram channel. I'm going to post it immediately. I'm going to post it immediately. I'm going to post it immediately. I'm going to post this immediately. Immediately, the video. How do I move from whole warehouse mode to sub-bin mode? You just tap on if you have more than 5 margin calls, you can tap. You just tap. You don't need it to move. Where are you? You just say, now me, I only have 4. I just tap, it will accept. But since I have 4, it will not. Since I have 4, it will not. Since I have 4, it will not. So you just come. If the 4 margin calls are done and you now want to open more, you come here on the settings and you say where there is 4, I want 5, or I want 6, or I want how many. Then you can be able to change the strategy mode. You know, other thing is that some people get excited when they see their trades are in some little floating profit. And they forget that their trades can get back floating loss. But if I'm using my trading strategy, I'm just patient. It goes up, it goes down, it picks up, it goes up, it sells. So I don't need to get on pressure. I set my robot, I go do my other stuff. I'm done. Questions? What about the grid strategy you had to present today? Now what can I do? I'm done. It's enough. You can go back and watch the other video last time. Please, I have a problem on the grid. How do I get the high and the low of the price? How do you watch the previous video on the YouTube channel? If I told you you are in the sub-bin mode, does it keep your profits within the robot? Yes, it keeps the profit. Or in case you have your first buying amount $50 and you float and you don't have enough capital in your wallet, why do you go and put your first buying amount? Why do you go and put your you have $50,000? Why do you go and put $50,000 as your first buying amount? Is that realistic? No. Use as low as possible. Why do you put 50,000 as your first buying amount? In the challenge? Have I said in the challenge you don't use margin calls? No. Have I personally come here and said using the challenge? Maybe you did not attend the night Zoom. Go and check on the YouTube channel and watch that video yourself. I'll not go into that. Hello, Julius. I got lessons 1 to 8 of TradingView in the Telegram group. Where are lessons 9 and 10? I did not make them. I didn't make lessons 9 and 10. I stopped on 8 because when you watch up to 8, you're a good trader. Hey, why should I die with all of them? I have them, but I would love to introduce a different trading strategy. So I'm still thinking about how I better bring it easier. But if you watch 1 to 8, sir, professor, you will be able to understand, sir. Thank you. I hope we come to the end. Someone, you cannot use $50,000 as your first buying amount. You cannot use $50,000 as your first buying amount. No, this is not by me. Hey, people with the grid bot issues, please go and watch the previous video. It explains very well. I think I'll do grid again. Today is Friday. I'll do grid again on I think on Monday, according to the timetable. I'm supposed to appear again on grid on Monday. Today is Friday. Sure. Tomorrow I'll be doing a live on my Facebook account. Okay, I'll be doing a live in my Facebook account with a certain leader from Ghana, I think. Yeah, sure. Then on Sunday, okay, I haven't shared this. I don't know why, but okay, on Sunday we have an event. It was supposed to be on Saturday, but postponed. I'm going to share that link on the group, and I'll be giving the details between today. By the end of today, I'll make sure I give the details of that event I'm going to share. Please, can you send the Telegram link? Yes, sir. What is up there? You check through the chat. I've already sent the Telegram link, sir. Or madam, any of the two. Please check up, please. Check up. I don't know if it's still in my fingers. Okay, it is still here. There you go again. There are certain hands here. I hope we stop. I hope we stop. We have done enough. Too much of anything is bad, that no matter how sweet it becomes. You know, when you teach something and it becomes too sweet, people want to stay there. people want to stay there and enjoy. Too much of anything is bad. Enough is enough. You teach little and go away. Teaching too much is not good. Let me ask these ones. Those hands are up. I hear to what they are asking. Yes, Mr. Benjamin. What's your question?
Hello, my leader.
Yes, sir.
I just wanted some clarification. Like when we are on the martingale strategy, we say that the minimum should have $465. And then
Yes. Martingale. No, martingale is just buying at different prices. Maybe you are talking about dollar cost averaging. It should be 2,816.
Okay, yeah. You have a minimum of $15.
Mm.
But when you were giving an example here that if you have something more, you want to increase the first buying amount, you may need 620. Okay. For example, if it's 20 to increase to $20, you may need $620. Now the question I'm asking is this: you have always told us that you need, for example, if you have $1,000, you need to keep the 500 separate, and the 500 you trade with it. In that, it's like when you have the 600, you are increasing the first buying amount to 20. I needed some clarification there.
Most of the trades,
yes,
since we are using preset prices,
yes,
if you start with as low as $20 and you have $620, you are safe as long as you are willing to be patient. Your trades will always win.
Okay.
They'll always win.
Which means that actually, if you have, for example, anything above 500, you can set your first buying amount slightly more than the $15.
Exactly. If you calculate down there and you have the money. The challenge is that when you calculate down there and the money for the full margin calls is not around, right?
Okay.
It's too risky because when you use 24816, remember, whenever the robot buys, it brings your average price closer to the current price, right?
Yes.
Which helps you to get out of the trade faster. So as long as you are patient, your trades will always win.
Okay.
Yeah.
So which means that it's better not to start with the high amount, like when you have the 600 increasing, instead of increasing your first buying amount, leave it at
when
15
when you start with, let me say, $300 as your first amount, because you know why people start like that? Do you know why people start with that? They don't want to your profit. So they believe that if they start with $300 and the market goes up, they will make more, right?
Yes, which is dangerous.
But when things change, they can call their God. They can go on their knees.
Okay.
So I hope you're okay now.
Thank you.
All right. Yes, Mr. Ken.
All right. Leader Julius, thank you so much, because I follow you always. I followed you in the morning and I followed you again 5:30 and then now. If I understand what you taught very well now, you said your whole profit, your whole position take profit must not be bigger than your distribution take profit, right?
Exactly.
Beautiful. Okay, that I got that one. Then my second question is, if I am on 24816 and my first buy amount is 30, which was what I did with what was sent this morning, and my first call amount is 30, and I am on 24816. Now, do I have to set it at full margin call first, then wait? If it goes into deep, that is when I will increase the margin call. Or can I set it and increase the margin call from the beginning?
Full margin calls are enough unless the market goes against you. That's why I teach some bit of trading, right? For example, let me show you.
Okay.
Let me show you. if I have more money, all right,
Yes.
and this rate keeps going down, okay, all right,
Mhm.
you see,
Yes.
I can come on this graph, right?
Yeah.
Maybe in the 4-hour time frame, right?
Mhm.
And I can be able to see if you are using the stochastic
Yeah.
or the MACD. These ones I explain later. Okay, but I can explain here. Okay, I want to show you something. Okay.
Okay.
Look here. This is Royalq, right?
Mhm.
These are moving averages.
Yeah.
This is the MACD.
Mhm.
This is volume. These are Bolingo bands.
Lingo, exactly.
This is RSI.
That's right, yeah.
I cannot use all of them, but I can show you how this can be used to trade, even without using Trading View. All right.
Okay.
What you see in the screen is what they call a bubble squeeze bubble, right? This is the formula for the. Why is it disturbing me? This is the formula for the they call them the bowling bands, right? Usually, every after squeeze there happens a bubble, right?
Yeah.
Every after squeeze there happens a bubble. But I may not go into that. Let me look for something basic. Let me use the MACD just for an example. Okay, you see, whenever the market goes down, it makes a crossover, right?
Yes.
I don't know if I want to show you
Yes,
this.
yes, yes. I'm following, sir.
Are you seeing this?
Yes.
It makes this, then this, then once it completes it here, I want you to just look up there. Once it completes this here, then it's gonna move up again, right?
Yeah.
Now you see it is gonna move up. I hope you see the MACD. This curve is, once it is completed. I don't know how big I can make it, but let me try.
But
You see, one during the formation, once it forms this and gets this body done, then it completes it here. It means the next move is moving up, right?
Mhm.
Yeah, let me use this coin that is misbehaving to give you a clear picture. Are you seeing this?
Yes.
Are you seeing this? This coin has been going down, but it's completing. You see it is completing this curve down here.
Yeah. Yeah.
Immediately it completes and this crosses over, this will go up. Are you able to see that?
Hmm.
Now, if I'm trading, right? And my coin has been buying here, here, huh?
Yeah.
Then I come on my Royalq here. I put in the MACD, all right? I'm able to see this effect here, right?
Mhm.
Then I say, wow. Okay, then maybe I put in the volume. I'm able to see that there is some green bars down here, which shows there is some volume of buyers coming in, all right? Maybe I remove it, then I put it in RSI. You see where my RSI is pointing?
Mhm.
But my robot has already bought the 4 margin calls, right?
Yes.
I have two options. I have two options. One, I can just come to this coin that I'm trading. Let me save it. Eh?
Mhm.
It already bought the 4 margin calls. Then I tap on buy, market price. I press my $500 in here. Because I'm at the bottom, before the market is going
Okay.
high. I don't know if you understand what I'm saying.
Yes, 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 yes. I follow.
Then I bingo it with a lot of funds, right? $500, which drastically is gonna bring my average price just to the takeoff, just next to making money. I don't know if you understand.
Hmm.
Then I make big profit. That is one way. Okay.
Yeah.
Now, what is the second way? The second way is just to come here and increase my margin call, right?
Okay.
Make it to 10.
Okay.
Right? Then I call a quicker drop purchase because I'm already at the bottom. Let me say 0.5, all right?
Mhm.
0.5, I want to make sure I'm not over risking too,
Yeah.
right?
Yeah.
Then maybe increase this to 1.5, and then I increase this to 2.5 margin calls. I come back from here, I do 2, 4, 8,
816.
8, 16 again, right?
Yeah.
Then I confirm, I think there are 8, right? Then I come here on the take profit, I leave it 1.3, right?
Yeah.
I save.
Okay.
When I save this, then I can go in the strategy
Mode.
I move it from the hallway mode, I press it sub bin mode.
Sub-bin.
So that whenever it buys my profit, now I come and I top here. It uses my profit to bring the average price closer to the current price.
Okay. Okay.
So 2 options. You seen the 2 options?
Yeah. All right.
Yeah, I can use.
So my leader, Julius, please, must I wait for it if assuming, for instance, now which we don't pray for, assuming it goes into floating loss, and then must I wait for it to buy the first 4 margin call to be able to increase the margin, or if it buys 2, can I increase it, or I must wait for it to buy the first 4?
You need to wait for it to first buy the 4 margin calls.
Okay.
Then you go back after it has bought 4 margin calls and you find that it is not selling, right?
Okay. Okay.
You don't need even to go to trading view. You just go to your Royalq here.
Yeah.
On this graph here on Royalq and look at the performance of that coin you are trading. You see when I tap on VET,
yeah,
I can look at it here. It doesn't need too much analysis. Okay. Do you see this VET? See this VET? It has completed its MACD here. Meaning, after completing this body, it's going to move up, right? These crossovers are about to. So if I was here, I would make a buy, $500, which will bring my average price around here. So here I'm already in profit. Do you see that? Are you able to understand? Or you can use the RSI. You see the RSI? Pointing up. Then you say, wow, let me invest my money. Or you can even look at the volume and you see. Because volume is important in trading. Okay, so I hope I've answered you. I've done enough. Please don't make me stay here. Don't make me stay here. Don't make me stay here. Too much of everything is bad. Don't be like
Hey.
Yes, sir.
Good evening, sir.
Hey, good evening. How are you?
Sir, fine, sir. Sir, my voice is clear, sir.
Yes, I hear you very well.
Hello, sir.
I hear you very well.
Whether double up or, sir, my question is double or Fibonacci or +1 is used in sub-bin or whole 3 strategy?
Yes, all are okay.
Sir?
All are okay. Fibonacci or double up or +1 is okay.
Sir, used in sub-bin or all 3 whole warehouse or sub-bin real time?
I use sub-bin because it helps me close my trade fast.
Sir. Hello? Sir, all 3 used in sub-bin?
Yes, use sub-bin.
Thank you, sir. Thank you.
You use sub-bin as long as you are in more than 4 margin calls. But if you are okay with your current trades, you are good to go. Next, please. Yes, Steven. Steven. I think Steven got an accident raise up of his hand, is not available. How can I separate my profit from my capital? I don't know. You want to separate your profit from your capital? Something I used to share a long time ago for those that want that. But me personally, I want to increase my capital. Why do I need to separate? But let me go into it a little bit. For example, where is this account? For example, if I made $36. I was on a floating loss of a certain coin. So I made $6 and I want to separate it from my cash. I just need to come to Binance, tap on wallet, on spot, then I tap transfer. What? USDT. How much? $36. I remove it from spot to funding. Then it will remain in my funding. You transfer from spot to funding. And there you are separating your profit and your capital. Have I answered you, sir? Type yes if you have understood. Jamie. Type yes if you have understood. If you are interested in that. But me, my profit to always mingle with capital. But if you want to separate, always transfer your money to your funding wallet. Ladies and gentlemen, too much of anything is bad. Please, thank you for coming. I love you all. Have a nice, perfect, fantastic day. God bless you. All right? And feel free to tap on the leave icon. Feel free to tap on the leave icon and you leave the Zoom. All right? Feel free to tap on the leave icon. You see, you tap leave. You leave. You tap on leave.